This is camp last night at Green Gate Road. We did a little stealth camp. It worked out really well. There's Finder's hammock over there. And there's the Suburban where Joe and Will slept. It's a nice morning. We'll get going here in a minute. Gadget Girl here on day 161, starting out the hike from Green Gate Road parking area and heading north to Cloudland Road. All right, I have reached the intersection of the Appalachian Trail from the Spur Trail. So these start to be miles that count, as opposed to miles that don't count on spur trails. This is really a gnarled oak tree. Got a great big ghost of a tree here. That was one huge tree when it was alive. Unfortunately, at some point, it's gonna be one huge blowdown. Here, 2.8 miles into today's hike, there are materials to build something, not sure what. There are some 4x4s, some 2x4s, something covered, some metal roofing, and some hardware cloth. Maybe a privy, maybe something else. We're coming out into a field here with a pretty good view. Coming out onto Route 12 there up ahead, which actually leads to Woodstock, Vermont. Trail is really overgrown here in this field. You just kind of have to push your way through. We've got a little stile to go through here. And then a bridge to cross. And then we are at the highway. There's a roof off of something old here. Maybe it was an old VW bus. I don't know, just guessing. After a big climb up from lunch spot, we're coming to a high meadow here. Trail's gonna follow along the side of it for a little while anyway. We've left the meadow for some very pretty woods. Hopefully this is the top of the climb. It's been an exhausting one. Quite steep. Crossing Stage Road here, 8 miles into today's hike. And then we got a nice bridge to cross here coming up. Pretty little stream. Well, we're back in Vermont again. Another little footbridge to cross. A little trickle of a stream. Come out on Totem Hill Road. It's a little dirt road. Pretty washed out. Trail goes across it and back up into the woods. Suddenly I've come upon this bunch of tubing. I'm guessing it's an irrigation system. Not sure why it's out here, but here it is. And a nice view. Crossing Bartlett Brook Road. Going down into the weeds. There is a trail down there. And a little ridge here. Trail is really overgrown here, out onto these bog bridges, making it kind of difficult to pass through. There's a little better. Getting up into the woods now, so hopefully it'll be a little easier going, although we have a blow down there to duck under. Rosie says, take time to nibble the mushrooms. Looks like I've come to the stream crossing that I've seen a number of people hanging on to this wire crossing. But it looks like I should be able to pretty much rock hop across it today, I think. It doesn't look too bad. Well, I figured out what all that tubing was. It is not an irrigation system, it's a maple syrup tapping system. Cool. Never really seen maple trees tapped like that before. It's really cool. There's a close-up of how the tap goes in, and then it winds around and goes into this tubing. There's another one. This one's tapped in two places. Winding around and going into the light tubing. And then over there is the heavy black tubing, which I guess all the white tubing runs into. Really a cool system. All right, I've just had about 500 feet climb almost straight up. It's nice, there's a little bench here. Sit down on the little bench, and you get a great view. Really pretty. Way back there in the background is Bear Mountain. That last one you can kind of see there. And then over here, that tallest peak right there is Killington that we climbed a few days ago. Just off the peak of the mountain there's a really nice stone wall here. I know we kind of all got burned out on all of those. But this one's particularly nice, so I thought it was worth videoing. There's another little one behind it. It looks like this used to maybe be an old road bed. Maybe a stone wall on each side. And now the Appalachian Trail follows it. This is really a pretty road walk here. I think this is one of my favorite parts so far in Vermont. Really nice. There's another section of fence that's particularly nice. Some of the stones are huge. They're all so well laid. Really cool tree here, covered in lichen. Another gorgeous view from up here. I guess the climbs today were worth it. There were a lot of them. Passing under a tree full of apples, little apples.